Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Happy Friday to another fantastic episode of Gamestack Podcast right here on We Just Love Games Network. This is episode 106, Liquor of the Cheerios. And I am your co-host, Vendertron. Joining us this evening is Rick McVick.
Hello.
Hey, Rick, how you doing?
Cold.
And also Shaline. Hello, Shaline. Hi, guys. How are you guys doing?
Cold.
Well, let me tell you what. It was a week. It was a week. I tell you.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a successful week, though. Like I had great success. I triumphed. It was good. It was just difficult, and I'm tired.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you look fantastic.
I thank you.
Mm-hmm. I love this cerulean top you've got on, and the colorful beads, the resin beads.
Yeah,
are very
these are
nice.
amber.
Oh,
yeah, Baltic amber.
Precious amber.
Couldn't ask for better.
You know, Rick, I share in your sentiment of the cold because I flew into minus 40 Celsius, which is also coincidentally minus 40 Fahrenheit from California to home on January 7th. And yeah, so I'm still trying to adapt to Canadian winter again. I had to shovel my car out and boost it when I got home because we had people coming to clear the snow, so I had to get it out of the way. But
you have to boost your cars to get them started?
No, this was the first time I had to boost it, but it was because it was parked for a month in minus 40.
Right, yeah,
so, you know, it's kind of a thing. But
that'll do it.
Yeah.
I'm just upset my lips are chapped.
Ew, that hurts so much.
There's no chapstick in the house. And it's it's 66
How
degrees
do you
down
not
here
have
right
lip
now.
balm in your house?
So sorry about
How
that.
does that happen?
Because my kid will open it and go and then like lose it, open another one, and she uses all of them.
So all the lip balms are gone. You need to have some secret lip balm. It's just for you.
Doesn't Manscaped sell lip balm? You could just.
They do. I got some. It's not bad.
Is it vanilla or what is it?
I don't remember. It was a very manly.
I was going to say it's like musty.
Yeah,
it's like
musky, not musty.
Moss scent, Sasquatch scent, or something.
This one smells like Sam Elliott.
Yes, it's the
Sam
scent
Elliott's
of
mustache.
biceps.
I thought you were going to say bison. I was like, that works too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're kind of the same almost. I mean, sometimes I'm like, oh, look at that. It's a bison. Anyways, how was your guys' Christmas and your New Year's? Was it good? Did you have a nice time?
Yeah, it was fine.
I have to bust in. Van Sylvan in the chat says it smells like whiskey and regret.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a good Christmas. It was quiet.
That's good.
It was nice.
Good. You got some much needed time off and rest for a few days.
Then I got sick, so I got more time off and rest.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. It wasn't COVID though, so that was nice.
Hey, that's a good thing.
There's that.
It's not a good situation right now.
I had a COVID exposure, which means I got to stay home for a while, and I'm fine.
Well, I'm glad you're fine.
If I had it, I don't know if I did, but
you were asymptomatic if you did.
If I did, I don't know. I do have to get the booster. I looked at my vaccine.
I need to get boosted.
My company was like, "When did you get your vaccine?" I was like, "When did I get that?" And I was like, "May." It's been that long.
Yeah, mine was in like March. So
yeah. Well, you got it because you're government.
I had to get I booked for the booster, but the earliest appointment I could get was January 25th. So, and I was going to get it in the US because like my partner got his at the Vons. And I was going to get it, but then I ended up getting sick in the US, and that was a whole story. I won't go into it on the show. But I will tell you guys about it after the fact because it's like super embarrassing and really stressful. So, but it's really nice to be back on the show. I missed you guys. We should probably actually, do a show.
No, let's just catch up. It's just...
Hello to everybody coming into the chat.
How's your mama and them?
Oh, everybody's good. Yeah, my brother's been staying here since I think he flew in on the 20th. He lives in Victoria on the West Coast, and so he's been staying with my parents since the 20th of December because I was gone and my sister wasn't hosting, so they were just kind of going to be by themselves. So yeah, it was good that he was here, and so
Nice.
yeah, it was nice to be in California. I mean, it's still their winter there, so they had a lot of rain while I was there.
I don't want to hear it. You were in like what, 70, 60 degree weather.
Yeah.
So
Can't complain.
Get bent with that.
Can't
I mean,
complain.
it's freezing here where I'm at, and we're about to get yet another snowstorm.
Yeah, I understand, Rick. Anyways, so yeah, it was
angry
nice.
about it.
It was nice. We didn't really do too much because COVID. Like, we did drive up to Vegas for 3 days, but even in Vegas, like, you can't really do that much, or we didn't want to do that much because it was just so risky, right? And like, there was like, Vegas was empty. There was like,
did
nobody.
you win $1 million?
No,
while you were in Vegas.
I spent $100 and I lost $100 on the slot machines. So
that sounds about right.
But Vegas it's stinky. It is sticky. It is smelly.
What did you expect?
And there's loud people and cars. The cars are so loud.
But what did you expect?
And there's
from
women
Vegas?
walking around with pasties.
Yes,
everywhere.
That's Vegas.
It was
yeah.
something
What
else.
were you expecting?
We went to
That's like America concentrate.
It was
Vegas.
like concentrated America. Yeah,
Debauchery, everything. I mean, like,
it
you're
was
the kind
like
of person that would.
there's so much glamour, and like everything is so ostentatious and showy, and like even the people that go there, they wear like leopard print and like gold everything, and it's just like, ugh.
I feel like the only way I would go to Vegas is if I just let all my inhibitions go and just went completely ridiculous.
Yeah,
with a capital.
You know what? Honestly, I think what I enjoyed the most was walking around Vegas because I've never seen it before. So it was really cool to see the hotels. The Bellagio is so bougie, and they had their Christmas display with their like 40-foot tree, and it was just beautiful. Yeah, it was really nice. But yeah, we didn't do too much else. That's pretty much it. So it was a nice time.
Nice.
But I'm glad to be back, and glad to be out of the gate hosting the show tonight. We've got some stuff bringing you guys some news, some gameplay. We're also going to talk about game stocks, and then a streamer shout out, and then we're also going to talk about what the community's playing. But before we get into that, we want to tell you guys about our sponsorship by Oak and Crow Coffee. If you like coffee as much as I do, you should head on over to oakandcrow.com. You can pick up a bag of We Just Love Coffee Blend. That is our artisan coffee. And $2 from every bag goes to the Children's Miracle Network. So go check that out. Don't forget, if you're listening live right now, hit that host us, and hit that follow button. Tell your friends about the show. And it's so nice to have people listening live every week. And we do also want to acknowledge all of those lovely people that tune into the show after the fact, after we've recorded it live and posted it. We love you too. Thank you so much for listening. Shaline, who joined the Discord this week?
Our new member of the Discord was Xandri. And Xandri is one of the hosts of the upcoming Chocobo Nights podcast.
That's right.
Yeah. So welcome, Xandri.
Oh, it's so nice to have her. Yeah. How can people join the Discord?
You can join the Discord by clicking the link that's right under this Twitch page while we're live and also while we're not live. Alternately, you can send a personal message or an email to any of us. Which reminds me, Rick, did you send the Discord link to the person that emailed? Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that so that we're not lying.
We haven't forgotten about you.
We're sorry. But yeah, we will get you that Discord link. Maybe not right away, because maybe we'll think that Rick did it because he read the email. The email was read.
I didn't read the...
It was opened.
I purposely don't open those so you get them.
It was opened, Rick.
Did I actually open it?
It was read.
Accidentally opened
it was read. So I assumed that you did it, but that's what happens. That's what happens. You are terrible at this, but that's okay. I love you anyway. And don't let Rick and I and our problems stop you from joining the Discord. Okay.
The Discord's been pretty active while I was away. You guys have been busy.
Yeah.
Rick, I see that you added an astrology channel, which probably
Yes!
Shaline is just over the moon about.
I was
Yeah.
so excited. Amy and I have wanted that for so long now. We've wanted an astrology bot, so we can get our horoscopes now.
Well,
Yeah.
the reason I didn't do it is because I wasn't quite sure where to pull the information from, and I was not about to write or copy and paste horoscopes every day.
Yeah, that would
And
be
then
a lot.
I found a little module that somebody made that I could just implement pretty easily, but apparently they spelled Taurus wrong.
They
So-
did.
Is it?
I gotta go.
Oh,
I gotta
no.
go in and fix that.
Yes.
And,
Everybody was getting their horoscopes right after he implemented it. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I put in the command, I'm like, scope Taurus, and nothing happened. And I was like, okay, so everybody can get their horoscope except me. That's
Pretty much.
fine.
How do you
That's
do
fine.
it? Oh, dot scope.
You know, I'm
Dot
calm.
scope and then-
I'm calm.
dot
And-
scope and then your sign.
I found that it had to be spelled Taurus,
Taurus.
which is very
Now-
funny.
I have to figure out how to fix it. But when I went to code this, I opened up my code and was like, I have no memory of this place. I could not remember how to use my test environment anymore. So I spent the morning writing code, uploading it to the bot, turning the bot on, testing it, didn't work, taking the bot down, editing the code, upload. It was
It's just
so
a mess.
I spent 4 or 5 hours on something that should have took me 20 minutes.
Well, I do appreciate your
welcome.
commitment to making the Discord a great place. Some new news in the Discord as well. If you haven't already checked out the Sea of Thieves channel, next Saturday we are hosting WJLG and House of Hooligans, Tim Twig 81. We are co-hosting a community server takeover. Spots are very limited and filling, so if you want to sign up to join that, make sure you go to the Sea of Thieves channel and fill out the Google form. We cannot guarantee you a spot, but filling out the form will tell us that you're interested in participating, and we can make sure that you have the access that you need to at least get a spot or try to get onto a boat during the day. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, I think. We'll have
I'm excited.
we're going to have 5 brigs, so about 15 spots available, and we're just going to hang out and do whatever we want. So, yeah, should be a good day. I'm looking forward to it.
Yep.
Also, what else in the Discord? I think that's pretty much it. Hey,
I think so.
yeah. We do have some gameplay. We've got some news, some stocks, streamer shout out. But before we begin, let's hop into the news. This just in. So, did you guys know that there's a console for people who can't find a PS5?
Oh, really? That's me. I can't find a PS5.
Well,
I gave up.
Well, look no further. Sony has confirmed production of the PlayStation 4, which will continue into 2022.
Okay, I think I need a minute, guys.
Despite best reports and their best efforts, the ongoing chip shortage has resulted in Sony taking a step back and reverting back to continuing production of the PlayStation 4, despite their promise to focus solely on the PlayStation 5. So, yeah, unfortunately.
I'm full of rage.
Yeah, they were hoping they're hoping to produce around 1 million PS4 units in 2022 to help offset the issue with the shortages of the PS5 console, and this will offer consumers a more affordable alternative, of course. But just a reminder, the PS4 is built with less advanced and more affordable components. So
People are who want a PS5 are going to content themselves with a PS4.
Because they've already got one.
Right? Maybe it's for if my PS4 dies
for them, it's
and I can't get a PS5.
I think for Sony, it's steady income, right? They have to
I'd
sell
rather
something.
get an Xbox. You can find the Series X later in the Series S.
Well, the other thing I was thinking of too is I wonder if they're going to ask developers to.
Of course they are.
Make the games that were supposed to be owned for next gen.
Ooh, that's going to be bad for Sony.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people are going to maybe switch over to PC or Xbox.
Yeah. I mean,
made the switch long
Xbox
ago.
has clung pretty hard to keeping games cross-gen. And consumers seem unhappy about that. I feel like it's limited. It's really put limits on games.
Well, it's about to get even more limited, Shaline, because Microsoft has confirmed that the Xbox One production will be ending.
Yeah, that's a good thing. I mean, they need
move
to
on, you know.
Let's do new things. Let's make new things.
Yeah, I like how this article made a mistake and they said they're going to end in 2020, but I think what they mean is actually 2022 because, 2020 was 2 years ago. But maybe they're living in a pre-pandemic past reality or something.
2 years ago. I thought it was 2020.
Wow.
So that's a slight
I didn't
typo.
realize it was 2022.
Yeah, if you've forgotten, it's not 2020. It is 2022. The pandemic is still raging, and we are still here. Anyways, in a statement to The Verge, Microsoft said that it's ceasing production of the Xbox One to focus on the production of Xbox Series X and S. The Xbox One X was discontinued back in July 2020. The Xbox One S remained in production for the remainder of that year, but the confirmation does come one day after Sony reported that they're going to continue the production of the PS4, which I thought was a little bit interesting. So they do... the consoles did see a significant increase in month-on-month sales thanks to an increase in available stock, beating out actually its own launch in November 2020, but they are still planning to discontinue that console. So, rip Xbox One.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of old things changing, I don't know how to segue into this. You guys like Skyrim, right? Shaline, you've got like 13 copies.
There
maybe?
are quite a few.
You still haven't counted, right?
I never did count. I apologize for that. I forget as soon as we stop talking about it because I have the brain power of a goldfish.
It's attention span of a gnat. Skyrim is a great game, and there has been a lot of modded content that's been created for that game. And I found this really cool article coming out of the Washington Post that reported on Skyrim original modders a decade later. So they wanted to do an interview and talk to some of these Skyrim modders and see where they're at. If you might recall, last November, Todd Howard, executive producer at Bethesda Game Studios, sat down with IGM to reflect on the 10th anniversary of Skyrim, which, of course, is one of its best-selling games. They've sold thousands of copies, and he said, we just feel incredibly blessed to still have it in our lives. Skyrim is one of the reasons that we're still sitting here 10 years later, because our modding community and what they've done with the game. And so he really kind of put a call out to the people who really developed it further beyond what the studio had done. And Bethesda's modding community is really composed kind of a diverse group of Skyrim fans who have spent thousands of hours modifying and releasing new updates for the world of Skyrim, and other Bethesda games, of course. Bethesda, if you recall, is a 35-year-old game publisher and is known for their very immersive games like Fallout and other things. But, some of the modders, according to original creator of the Forgotten City mod, Nick Pierce, says that he left his career in law to actually pursue game development after releasing the first version of the mod The Forgotten City for Skyrim. And it was actually nominated for a Game Award in the category of Best Debut Indie Game of the Year. So, yeah, and that was supposed to be sort of originally a murder mystery mod for Skyrim. He says, I never had the opportunity to become a game developer if it wasn't for modding. Pierce wrote in an email to the Washington Post, sometimes people ask if I'd like to go back to my old job, and I just smile and laugh. I'm so much happier now.
Good for him.
Yeah.
I hope I'm not reading between the lines, but I feel like the whole we just feel incredibly blessed to still have it in our lives. One of the reasons we're sitting here 10 years later is because of modding community. I feel like he's like, we're so lucky we made Skyrim and made it moddable because we can milk this thing. Otherwise, we probably would have went out of business.
Yes, what they mean is thank you for continuing to buy copies of Skyrim
and keep us
the
around.
game that you already have.
Yep. Another modder, Emi Jinkari, a Finnish game developer who does contract work for Bethesda, says that Skyrim is still popular a decade later because you can be anything you want to be in the game. right? You can create a character, decide how they look, give them a name, think up your own story for them. And all of those modifications that have been released over the years provides that sense of free will. Jinkari 36 is actually a member of Bethesda's Creation Club, in which the company pays the freelance contractors and artists to create content for their games. But before that, they started working as a freelancer for Bethesda and was a grocery store clerk. Jinkari says that Skyrim changed her life, and now she's a co-founder of an independent game studio called Forbidden Studios, and is designing a survival role-playing game that's based on Finnish and Nordic folklore. So I think that's kind of cool. Yeah. And she goes on to say, I never found my place until I became a video game developer, Jinkari said. Once I started modding, I realized that creating beautiful locations in games was something I had a unique talent for.
A lot of devs get started doing mods.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Nice.
And another feel-good story from this same article says late one night in college back in 2013, a gentleman named Kevin Brock released a mod replacing the dragons in Skyrim with the character Thomas the Tank Engine. You guys know Thomas the Tank Engine, right? And that swap actually turned into a viral meme as the fans and famous YouTube creators like Felix PewDiePie played the altered game with the fire-breathing locomotives. But Brock's mods actually produced under the pseudonym TrainWiz helped him actually land a job in game development at Human Head Studios in Madison, Wisconsin. And he goes on to say that the mods were a great conversation starter in the interviews, of course. But nowadays, he still lives in Madison and is developing his own open world space game. So that's another feel-good story. I think that there was one more in this article as well that I wanted to mention on. Alex Valicki. Alex Valicki, who was a popular modder for the Skyrim series, is now a design lead at Bungie and the developer behind the popular multiplayer franchise Destiny. Valicki would know he got his job at Bungie after he created an entire island for Skyrim with a full cast of voice actors, which has been downloaded more than 3 million times. And he said growing up, he always used to build miniature campaigns in Age of Empires 2 and Time Splitters 2. But it was Bethesda's creator kit for Skyrim and Oblivion that actually really set things in motion for them. So I actually kind of like that story because, you know, we were always like, oh, Creation Club. It's so like, who's going to use it? But it actually like built a whole industry of a new generation of game developers, which I think is really cool. That's something that I never thought of before.
That is really awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Did you guys use Bethesda's Creation Club?
I used it for Fallout 4. I
used it
bought
for the free
several
stuff.
creations, and I bought a few, and some of them were really good. There were a couple of quest lines that I thought were as good as any side quest in the main game. So,
Well, that article comes to us from Teddy Amenabar at the Washington Post. So thank you, Teddy.
Nice.
What else have we got in the news? Oh my God. Dog the Bounty Hunter is going to star in his own video games.
Oh God.
oh my gosh, I love it.
I
It's
know.
so funny.
This
my
article comes
gosh.
to us on G from Darren Bonthius. And goes on to say, like, you know, we're just starting 2022, but it's already been revealed that Dog the Bounty Hunter is coming for your consoles. And Dog, or Dwayne Chapman, to his family and friends, will be the star of multiple video games produced by Virtual Interactive Technologies Corporation. Multiple.
This is incredible. I hope I can get us like on the PR list for the Dog the Bounty Hunter video game.
It's so
because I
ridiculous.
want this as soon as possible.
I don't even know. He says, after years of sharing my life on television, I'm thrilled to bring many stories and experiences to the video game environment. I'm delighted to be working with Virtual Interactive Technologies and their experience team. Okay, how many of you would love to be Dog with the giant hair and the sunglasses going and collecting bounties? And that is the game. And you just like walk in and you're like, where's the money?
But see, here's the thing though. He never used guns.
No.
Oh, really?
Never. No,
You
he's
know
a
what
bounty
he
hunter.
does?
He can't
You
kill
know
the
what he
bounty.
does?
Didn't he have like
No,
a fanny
he's-
pack? I thought he had a fanny pack.
I don't remember a fanny pack, but what he does is he like convinces the family to snitch. That's his true skill, is getting the family to snitch. He'll go to the mom's house and be like, yeah, you know, your son, he missed his court date, and you know, you put up your house as collateral and you're gonna lose your house. And I'm sure your son doesn't want that for you. And we can rehabilitate him and bring your son into the light of Christ. And so the mom is like scared she's gonna lose her house, and like this big old white dude with all his hair and his chest hanging out is like putting all this pressure. So she snitches on her son, and he goes and gets the son, and then he just like, and he can't just take the dude to jail, right? No, first he has to give him a pep talk in the car. He gives him a cigarette, puts him in the back of the car. You can tell I've watched lots of Dr. Bounty Hunter.
I feel like a lot of episodes. I think a lot of
And-
episodes would happen in New Mexico.
No, he's in Hawaii.
Oh.
He's in Hawaii. So then he's talking to him, and he's like, man, you got to change your life, man. And I used to be like you. And I turned things around, and now I'm just and then like sometimes he'll send his wife passed away, unfortunately. She had cancer.
Yeah.
But she was a character, that lady.
Yeah.
She was
She had like
she
short
was-
hair, right?
no, she had long blonde hair, like big fluffy blonde hair, like
Oh, that's right.
Like-
They
like
didn't leave
the
the
higher
80s.
the hair, the closer to God type hair.
They
Yeah.
did.
And she was a little
That was so
chunky,
good.
and had like lots of cleavage in her little biker
and
babe
they
outfits.
always wore those crazy sunglasses, right? Yeah.
Yes. And he would send her in sometimes because they would see him coming and be like, oh, hell no. So he would send her in, and she would be like, hi.
Well, Jason Garber, CEO of Virtual Interactive Technology, said that Dog's successful career in reality TV is the perfect material for exciting and engaging video games that will feature his name, image, and likeness. And they didn't they didn't offer up any comment on whether or not Ozzy Osbourne would contribute to the game soundtrack or something like that. But
Yes, Ozzy does the Dog the Bounty Hunter theme song.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's amazing. Have you heard it, Rick? Have you heard it?
No, I have. I know
I'm
nothing.
The dog, the big bad dog. Imagine Ozzy. singing
Anyways,
this. That's incredible.
The only
The
thing I
bounty-
know about Dog the Bounty Hunter is just that everyone says my dad looks like him.
Ooh.
Kind of does.
A little smaller, but yeah.
I need to see a picture now.
I'll show you after.
Well, anyways, Dog the Bounty Hunter, the popular show that peaked in the 2000s,
Jeez.
stopped airing.
What was in that mug
2012.
your mom gave you?
It's just peppermint tea. It's just peppermint tea.
Peppermint schnapps and tea.
Okay. It's been a day.
You okay? You okay now?
I'm okay. I've watched a lot of reality TV. The older ones. Like I don't watch the current ones, but I watched Dog a bunch. I used to watch the Repo Man show where they would go and
Oh my
repossess
gosh.
cars.
Do you watch Pawn Stars?
I used to, yeah.
Yeah.
I used to watch Pawn Stars. I don't watch much TV at all now. But back in the day, I watched all these shows. I loved the one where people were like, it was a show about meter maids and people who served papers on people. Like they had a reality show for that. It was amazing. And they would just follow around a meter maid all day, and like you could see people that would come out and be like trying to fight her, and she was just doing her job, putting a ticket, I'm sorry, your meter ran out like an hour ago, you have to have this ticket. It was incredible. It was so good.
You know what show I'm hooked on right now that's reality TV is Dr. Oakley, Yukon Vet.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. She like goes and saves these animals, and it's amazing because animals, they're adorable. And she's in the Yukon. She's like in the middle of the forest. She's like knocking down elk and like doing surgery on them in the field. It's amazing. Anyways, that's my dose of reality TV. Dog the Bounty Hunter stopped airing in 2012. Since then, Chapman has starred in several other TV series such as Dog and Beth, On the Hunt, Dogs Most Wanted, and the most recent show that he worked on, Dog Unleashed, which was actually canceled in 2021 before it was officially aired on the Unleashed streaming service. So, yeah.
Did he say brother a lot?
No, that's Hulk Hogan.
I know, but I feel like he's the kind of person that would say brother a lot.
Maybe he did.
Okay.
I don't remember if he did.
Well, you guys like making money, right?
I love it. Give me all
he's-
your money.
Dog's probably going to make a lot of money from these video games. You think? I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
probably.
I mean, Shalene's definitely going to buy like 3 copies of each game that comes.
Exactly. Yes.
Right?
hmm
Well, don't worry, because CEOs in the gaming industry have had the highest earnings listed in a new report just this last year, and some of these figures might shock you. The report by Games One lists 40 different companies and the compensation packages for their CEOs that they received in 2020, all of which are 6 figures or more.
Vendor,
And of what?
did you just clickbait our audience?
No?
And the results may shock you.
Oh, yeah,
I did.
possibly. I was doing a segue, and then you just like knocked it out like a tower of Jenga blocks.
So good though.
All right, so this data was sourced from company filings. It was standardized to the 2020 calendar year, and the companies who filed in currencies other than US dollars were converted for the exchange rate in that time. Not every major video game company CEO is listed here, but the CEO who tops the list is Robert Antokol of Israel mobile publisher Playtika, who reportedly received $372 million in a single annual year in salary. Just behind him is Activision's Bobby Kotick, who reportedly received 154.6 million pounds, which is around $77,300 US dollars per hour. Other CEOs on the list who received major figures include Andrew Paradise from Skills, 103 million. Andrew Wilson from EA, 34 million. Frank Gibeau from Zynga, 32 million. John Riccitello from Unity, 22 million. Strauss Zelnick, Take-Two, 18 million. Take-Jin Kim, NC Soft, 15.6 million. Min Liang Tan from Razer, 10.4, and from Team 17, Debbie Bestwick, 10.2 million. Other names included in the list like Yasuki Matsuda from Square Enix earned approximately 4.1 million, Hajime Satomi from Sega, 2.9, and Shintaro Furukawa of Nintendo earned 2.8 million in 2020. PlayStation, Xbox don't appear on the list because, they're covered by the CEOs of Sony and Microsoft, respectively. And those lists are particularly difficult to get available publicly. So, but yeah, that's crazy. That's a lot of money.
It's a lot.
That's a lot of money. These people make a lot of money.
Yep.
And
their games are...
Yeah, they're not good. Yeah. Speaking of making a lot of money, the creator of Zynga, who, as I mentioned, raked in, what was it, like a $10 million salary in 2020, just sold their company, Zynga, who, as you know, may already know, created Farmville, sold for $12 billion in an acquisition by Take-Two Interactive. This was just this last week. Yeah.
So... to get rich quick, all I need to do is build a wonky, cutesy mobile game and put in like paid transactions, right? That's all I need. Or like charge $1 for
Well, Rick, to get rich quick, all you need to do is spend a couple of decades building a highly successful mobile game company.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
In a cash and stock deal valued at about $12.7 billion, Take-Two Interactive bought out Zynga, which, as you know, maker Farmville, Words with Friends, other games like that. They announced this on Monday of this week, and Yeah, that's like huge. Take-Two, they just keep gobbling up all these companies. Zynga shareholders will receive $3.50 in cash and $6.36 in shares of Take-Two common stock for each share of Zynga outstanding stock at closing. And this transaction is valued at about $9.86 per share of Zynga common stock. The Take-Two chairman and CEO Strauss Zelnick said that this strategic combination brings together our best in-class console and PC franchises with a market-leading diversified mobile publishing platform that has a rich history of innovation and creativity. Whatever that is supposed to mean to the public, we're not really sure. But Take-Two just seems to keep buying companies and not really turning anything out lately. I don't know.
Man,
It's kind of like, it's one of those things though. It's that's just how it works. The big fish eat the little ones. But they like Zynga, I think Zynga's still going to stay Zynga, right?
probably.
And they're going to still continue developing their, it's just going to be owned by Take-Two.
They're just doing what Microsoft is doing, buying up a bunch of little things, giving them money, and then saying, "Go make things."
So it says Zynga CEO.
So
Zynga CEO Frank Gabot and its president of publishing, Bernard Kim, will oversee the integration and day-to-day operations of the combined Zynga and T2 mobile games business, which will operate under Zynga brand as its own label within the Take-Two company. And Take-Two will also expand its board to 10 members, including 2 members from the Zynga's board. So
this 12 billion is what it's sold for.
12 billion.
So that means that Zynga is worth like 1.85 Bethesda's.
Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's what's interesting to me is like if you like Google ZeniMax now, it's now called a holding company instead of a publishing company.
Wow.
So
anyways, that's the news. Unless you guys have anything else you want to add. Shaline, I believe you got some Fallout stuff for us.
I do. There's some new stuff for Fallout 76, and I was excited to see that. So we've got a new event coming up. Recently, Fallout 76 had the Night of the Mothman event, and that was really fun, and I loved it. And I really enjoyed it. So I have high hopes for the new one. This is going to be the Invaders from Beyond update. It's available now in the public test server, so you can check that out if you are a PC Bethesda player. And I'm just going to read you a little blurb here. Mysterious beings from the outer reaches of space are invading our skies and stealing the brainwaves from life forms throughout Appalachia. Work together with other humans to fight back against the alien scum and send them fleeing back to their ships before they can complete their research. So every hour on the hour, you'll get an alien mothership above a randomized location, and they will deploy 3 brainwave siphons. You travel to the mothership's location and examine siphon Kappa to start the event. You have to destroy all of the brainwave siphons before the aliens can extract the brainwaves. And each one is protected by a force field, which is controlled by a different alien commander. So there are alien forces that you'll have to battle to get the commander to show himself, take out the commander, thus taking out the force field and destroying the siphon. So this is multiple steps. This is not an event you're going to really be able to AFK because it's popping up in different events, in different locations. And if you win, you get some loot, some XP, and some plans to craft alien weaponry and camp objects, which sounds like a fun time. And as long as this is up, this event, you can also encounter extraterrestrials in certain public events like Campfire Tales, Free Range, and Line in the Sand. And you can also see them in several new random encounters around the wasteland, which I think sounds like fun times as well. And before I get to the rest of the Fallout 76 update, you okay there, Vendor? You're right.
I'm okay.
Yeah. Okay. Spell check 1 in chat mentions the office cabinet debacle. I don't know if you guys have followed this or have seen this come up at all.
No.
So when you're a member of Fallout First, as you've both been at different points, you get sometimes a free item, free I say, but you're paying for Fallout first.
Elite privileged items.
Yes.
Yeah.
You get some items that the hoi polloi do not have access to. And these usually are cool skins for your survival tent or nifty outfits like the NCR Ranger outfit, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, the most recent one was a file cabinet. And not just any file cabinet, a file cabinet with one of the drawers open. So it was just a little dirty file cabinet with one of the drawers sticking out.
That is totally Bethesda trolling you.
Totally. And the internet got mad. Let me tell you what.
Oh yeah,
they got mad. The Fallout fans, they were fired up. And I didn't care. I mean, for me, the price of Fallout first is the scrap box.
Yeah.
And
anyway,
I get those atoms, and that's worth the money to me. And any free stuff they give is fine. That's just extra stuff to me. But I totally do understand why they were so furious about this file cabinet.
Remember when the internet got super mad at the crappy bag that was sent with the the helmet?
Yes, this was the in-game version of the not canvas bag.
Yes,
exactly.
Yes.
Joshy Neurotic, thanks for the money. Here, have a cabinet.
Oh man, but my favorite part of it turned into a bit of a civil war between people who were like, the cabinet is an insult, Bethesda, like, you know, this offends me, and people who were like, hey, chill, bro, you know, it's a file cabinet, it's fine. And brother turned against brother. The fight began.
That's always how it is, though, in online communities. That's just always how it is.
Jessica Starr, bless her heart, was so cheeky, and I love her to death. And she built a giant file cabinet out of the file cabinets.
Oh yeah.
A monument to all our sins.
An homage to
Look
Bethesda's
on my
trolling.
work, ye mighty.
Could you imagine like going into Bethesda on like Monday morning and being like the community manager and being like,
Who
everyone's
sent out
mad
the
at us.
release for the cabinet?
Like everybody's
Which one of you
mad
was
at
it?
us again. You know, like, how's our community doing? Well, everybody's pissed. Fallout 76. Well, what happened this time? What triggered everybody? A cabinet.
Oh my gosh.
I wonder what they're
was
gonna.
so good.
I wonder what they're gonna give you guys all next time.
I hope that it's like a sad desk or something, or maybe
It's
like
a leg.
A
So
lamp that doesn't work.
a cracked vase. Maybe would be nice. We could set it on top of the cabinet.
Oh,
It's
man.
brilliant, just brilliant. I
So
love it.
good.
Oh, and furthermore, they released this new outfit, right? And it's a very cool looking outfit. It's for sale for Atoms in the Atom shop. And it has the boots are cowboy boots, and they have spurs, and that's fun because who doesn't want spurs? They jingle, jingle, jingle as you go riding merrily along.
Jingle, jangle, jingle, jingle, jangle.
But the feet are broken. The texture for the feet is horribly broken. So you've got like, okay, audio listeners, you're just gonna have to use your imaginations, maybe do a Google. But if the boot is here, the leg is here. And
So your spurs are actually in front of you.
it's badly broken.
Wow.
It's badly broken. Okay, so anyway, back to the update here. They have implemented some other, or they will be with this Invaders from Beyond update. They'll be adding some other things besides the event, including the ability to earn score in Fallout Worlds. Fallout Worlds has been kind of a useless addition. I feel pretty sad that Nuclear Winter had to die so that we could have Fallout Worlds. I've never actually tried them.
Are you saying that they implemented something that we kind of wanted, but they didn't give us the thing that we asked for again?
Yes,
Oh.
that one.
Yeah.
So you can't carry your progress over, which I kind of understand,
Mhm.
but you can at least make progress on your homework while you're playing in a Fallout Worlds world.
There you go.
There are new custom world settings to explore, including adjustable carry weight. So I can just carry everything in the world. It's going to be amazing. confetti. There's a perk you can get via lunch boxes that creates confetti when you kill enemies. It's a little bit like the Grunt birthday party skull, but without the cheering children. And this is now a setting you can implement in worlds where there's just constant confetti when you kill people. Nice. Perk effects, you can turn off VATs when you're targeting other players or disable VATs. And they've relaxed building restrictions. And you can also adjust weather with in Fallout Worlds, which is good. There's a new public event coming called Test Your Metal, which will be part of a future patch after the Invaders from Beyond update. This is going to be against a splinter group of Blood Eagles called the Rust Eagles, who are making robots that it's...
Is that a prequel to the Tetanus Eagles? Sorry.
I got me a case of the Rust Eagles.
Oh my goodness. Well,
so you said blood and rust, and it...
Be sure and get your tetanus shot
fitting.
before you do this. Yes. And there's a dome where you'll fight the machines. It sounds like a fun time. Gladiators of Steel will square off against the robots in rounds of combat, which sounds like fun times.
Fun, yeah.
Some additional improvements that are coming. These are things that have absolutely been asked for. The pirate radio station people have really been enjoying that. It has audio plays on it. It's very fun. It's a lovely new alternative to your traditional Appalachia radio. Now you can build one in your camp. So you can listen to that while you're doing some camp building and stuff. It'll be good times. And this one makes me really happy. It's going to make Archon really happy. It's something I hear about from him like every time we play. You can now hide your backpack. So
really?
Yes, if your backpack clashes with your outfit, you'll be able to toggle your backpack off, but keep those benefits of it, which is great.
Nice.
They've also reduced the weight of stim packs and diluted stim packs by 25% and reduced their cost by 25%. So I can carry even more stim packs. Woohoo! And that is that Fallout segment.
Nice.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing that, Shaline.
I will say the aliens have me intrigued. I just know though that it's still not enough for me yet.
Come and play with me, Rick. Nobody plays video games with me anymore. I'm so lonely. I don't remember what it's like to have friends.
What?
You're the one that doesn't play Division anymore.
Then let's play the Division. When did you invite me to play the Division? 2020 is the last time. Okay, I'll reinstall that sucker if you will play with me.
I gotta reinstall it too.
Okay.
I should probably play it, maybe. I don't know.
Play with us.
We were just talking about how good of a shot you are, but you're so reluctant.
It's so funny.
So reluctant to play shooters.
It's just like
it's hilarious.
You're the best at shooters out of all of us. You're amazing.
Which is weird because you should be the best.
No, it's all that pent up Canadian rage.
No, just get a goose. That's anyways. Rick, do you want to take us through our stocks?
I do.
So what do you got for us, Rick?
Well, Sony is up a penny, close out at $124.79. Microsoft is up by $5.40. They settled out at $310.20. Nintendo is up by 4 pennies. What'd you do?
Nothing. I'm just moving files around and I realized it was covering your face. Keep going.
Nintendo is up by 4 pennies. They ended out at $57.16. Take-Two is down by $2.25 to close out at $152.58. Activision is up by $1.22 to close out at $65.39. Ubisoft is up by 30 cents, and they settled out at $10.48. That doesn't sound right at all. That's what Google told me.
See,
anyway,
Ubisoft, I think that's in euros. I couldn't find the US dollar.
It's it's USD because that's what Google. I'm in the US when I Google Ubisoft.
I like how you say Ubisoft, like it's the ice cream.
Yeah,
1040 USD.
That's what
seems
I
low.
get too. Is it like a what they call it, a fractional price?
No.
Split.
I think so, but that's what I get when I look it up too. And
Okay.
when you look it up, you find a bigger price. And I don't know what's the deal with that, but I get the same
Yeah.
price Rick does.
Because like if I look up Microsoft stock, my price is $310.20. Completely relevant to what I was saying. Anyway, EA is down by 40 cents. Close out at $130.44. And Tencent is up by $1.13 to close out at $60.67.
Great. Well, that's the
That's it.
stocks.
Oh, what's my crypto doing? What is my crypto doing?
NFTs have been
Which
floating
crypto
around
did you buy, Rick?
conversation in the gaming industry this week.
I have some Ethereum, some
good
Bitcoin,
choice.
and Shiba Inu.
Oh,
Um,
that's like Dogecoin.
Yeah.
yeah. I have, how many Sheeb coins do I have? I have almost 2 million Sheeb coins.
Ooh, so if those do well,
if they
you
hit a
do
penny,
well.
I will be a happy man.
Nice.
Unfortunately, I've lost over $70 so far.
Oh gosh.
Splendid.
If it was me, I'd be like, guys, I have to claim bankruptcy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm holding. I'm holding, but it hasn't been good because Kyrgyzstan shut off their internet, and there's a lot of Bitcoin miners in Kyrgyzstan.
Why
and
did
they all
Kyrgyzstan
went
shut off
away.
the internet?
Probably because of
kind of like
crypto.
a government coup thing.
Like they're
No,
trying to
I mean it's
control
like
it.
no,
I'm worried
it's
about
not.
Kyrgyzstan.
It's
guys.
Kyrgyzstan is like
Well,
riots.
I mean, we're not worried
Can
about
somebody
Kyrgyzstan.
go check
We're worried
on
about our
Kyrgyzstan?
listeners in Kyrgyzstan. Anyways,
Can we do a wellness
Kazakhstan?
check?
Kazakhstan.
Can we do a wellness check for Kazakhstan?
What is the
well, that's Gamestock. We do have a streamer shout out. Every so often, we like to randomly choose a wonderful person from our community who coincidentally is also a streamer, or somebody who I find on the internet who I think is just a great human being. And this episode, our streamer shout out is Tim Twig 81. Yeah. You guys know Tim.
We're all big fans of Tim.
Tim's
I
great.
love
House
Tim.
of Hooligans. He's also.
you two like to cheat on him with me or with you know what I meant.
We don't talk about it.
You could join us.
Cheat on me with
yeah,
him.
Fine.
Yeah, you could always join us. That's also fine. Wait, why is my
Tim is my friend, though. I love Tim.
Tim, I'm just gonna read you his little bio on his Twitch page. He grew up the son of a mechanic and an army brat moving all over the world. He's been everywhere and met everyone. He makes friends super easily and is a fan of horsepower, heavy metal, and video games. His music cred is tested and proven from such exciting locales as garages, storage units, studios, dive bars, and even actual stages. He owns his own Tama Star Classic drum kit in maple painted, the prettiest, deepest, darkest blue that's surrounded by the PDP mounted Zildjian brass.
Zildjian, you said it correctly.
And he beats the hell out of it with an ambidextrously wielded 5Bs. His gamer cred
even puts in his stick size.
is
Nice.
solidified in the 8-bit era, and he really likes to enjoy all different types of games and plays them on all different types of platforms, including his iPhone, PlayStation Vita, Nintendo 3DS XL, Nintendo Switch, and Elgato HD 60S capture card connecting various consoles to his PC. If you'd like to check out Tim, go head on over to twitch.tv/TimTwig81 and shoot him
Twig
a
with
follow.
2 G's.
Yes, TimTwigG81.
Yay, follow Tim.
Follow Tim. Up next, we got to talk about what the community is playing.
We've already done this one.
The first one? Well, we're going to have to do it again
we've
because
done
I've
the
already got
first
it queued.
couple.
So
Okay, go ahead then.
yeah,
Carry on.
that would be my Discord and personal space. Just ignore that. So this picture comes from Frankel's Konina. Sorry, guys. I wasn't here for the last episode, so I didn't know. But she says, I play the first tree this evening, which is kind of a walking sim, I guess. Lots of open space to explore and some things to find. It's pretty and sad and solemn. Not a cheering up game, but one for thinking about life. Enjoyed the slow, easy pace and the minimal jumping puzzles. The music is really beautiful. We also got this one from RTZ13. They said, I've been quite enjoying Horizon Zero Dawn so far. Keep those Sony games coming to PC.
Speaking of, God of War released for PC today.
Ooh, that's
It
exciting.
did.
Yes, if you haven't played it, you should. It's excellent. A masterpiece.
We have this one
Boy.
from Morocco 7225, says, well worth the grind. And they show us a picture of a Magikarp on Pokemon. It says,
Well, it's a
congratulations.
Gyarados.
Oh, it's a Gyarados. It evolved into a Gyarados from a Magikarp,
It's very hard to do.
apparently.
Is it a soft G or a hard G?
I don't know.
Gyarados? Gyarados?
Or is it like the correct pronunciation of, like we used in the US, we say gyro, but it's really like hero. So it could be
Gyarados?
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 I don't know. Next up, we've got this one from Vod. He says, those Zeta Halo Vistas, though. Vistas.
Yeah. that game
And
does
this
look
one,
good.
they sent a picture of their weapon drawn, and they're looking out over a wonderful landscape. There's a tower there. And then also this one of a giant mountain.
I really need
feel
to
like
play
this is one of
game.
those games where the pictures just
What?
don't do it justice, you know?
Why haven't you played it, Shaline? You love Halo. You're like, Halo! When
Yes,
it's free,
I
and you're
know,
just like,
but I'm real mad that it doesn't have couch co-op. Real mad.
She wants
Who
friend
would you-
time.
I want
Don't
to play
you
it with
remember?
my mom.
Don't you remember?
true,
No,
that's
we
true.
don't play games with her anymore. I love you, Shaline. I love you.
Well, prove it.
Next up, we've got this one from Vexinator. Vexinator says, another Final Fantasy something Roman numeral I can't read. Screenshot that I just couldn't resist taking.
VIII.
I think
14.
I think that's 14, yeah. 14.
It's a lot of eyes.
Anyways, that's their gameplay. What have you guys been up to, Rick?
Halo. Yeah, I actually played Halo. I beat it. They really could have just left out the whole open world thing.
Oh,
It's just made it a little bit longer campaign because it really has nothing to do with each other.
Mhm.
But I do have to say that I like the open world. I like exploring with the grappling hook. I like taking over fobs and taking out high value targets. However, it would have felt better if they just made the two like like that meme with Mike Tyson where he's got the two pigeons like now Kith.
Mhm.
If they would have just did that with the campaign in the open world and just made them touch a little bit, that would have made such a difference. But like the problem is the main thing for the open world is to unlock new weapons and vehicles. The vehicles you don't really use in the campaign stories. Okay. The weapons you can definitely
They don't
use in
have
the campaign.
vehicle levels?
Yes and no. Like you'll see. The longer parts of the campaign story where vehicles are used is like Halo 1 traversal. But even if you do have the new weapons, like it's Halo, you run out of ammo in like 20 minutes, so then you just swap out for something that's close to you, and then all of a sudden you're not even using those weapons that
Yeah,
you spent
part of the
hours to
joy of
unlock.
Halo is that you switch weapons on the field.
Yes, I agree. But again, if the point of the open world is to get new weapons that you're just going to swap out anyway, why did you spend 6 hours unlocking the cool battle rifle when you're going to lose it in 20 minutes? The way that they implement the grappling hook with changing weapons is so satisfying. Like I'll be shooting somebody, I'll see an elite, I'll grapple a rocket launcher and it auto equips it. Oh, and then you just launch it. Dude, I mean, the fluidity of this game is awesome. Just the design doesn't make sense. That's all I'm saying. I think it's a Halo that's worth playing because it goes back to the original Halos in the feel of it. Not like Halo 4 and 5 where you end it and you're like, what?
No, I'm going to
happened?
argue that Halo 4 was excellent.
But the story was confusing as hell.
No, it was good. You
It was
just
confusing.
weren't. You're
It was
dumb.
weird. No. Halo storylines are just wonky. like they go everywhere. They kind of tell the same story, but Halo 1 and 2 had a really good feel. I even like Halo 3, but Halo 4 is just odd.
Halo 4 was excellent. Halo 5 was a disappointment.
All I'm saying is I couldn't play 5 because it's not on PC.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
it's
it's Xbox One
terrible.
only, which is why I never played it.
Yeah, well,
Um,
you're not missing out. The multiplayer was good for 5, but the campaign was a trash fire.
All I'm saying is I really enjoyed the campaign and the open world together. It's like hot dogs and ice cream. They're perfect on their own, but they don't mix. And that's kind of what they
You
did
don't
with this.
put hot dogs on your ice cream? Shaline, you were supposed to go with me on that one.
I couldn't.
didn't.
I'm
I didn't.
sorry. I couldn't.
Next time. Next time.
Honestly, I still think the best Halo is ODST.
ODST was good. Yeah,
But
I
it's
like
the voice
ODST.
actors. It's basically Firefly
Yeah,
and Halo.
yeah.
That's why.
I was a really big fan of Reach as well. I really
That's
liked
a great
Reach.
one.
Yeah.
That's a really good one.
All the Halos are my favorite Halo, really.
Reach.
Except for 5.
Reach is good. Anyway, so that's what I've been playing on Halo. Finally beat it.
Okay.
I've
What
been
else?
playing more Resident Evil 4 on the Quest 2.
Ooh.
They did a really good job implementing that into VR.
Okay.
Although I still have to figure out the Quest 2 makes me nauseous after a while.
Right?
Whereas like my
it
mixed
depends
reality
on what
doesn't.
you play, though.
Every game for the
Oh,
Quest
really?
2. Yeah, I don't know why. The mixed reality, I can play it for hours and be okay, but the Quest 2 just gets me. But I will say it is weird playing a game that was it was designed where the enemies were a bit lumbery because you couldn't just like sprint away. It's the classic Resident Evil thing where like you jauntily kind of run away from the big giant thing. And in this game you actually can run. Like it's VR. So like they're like kind of chasing you and you're like sonicking away. But it's a lot of fun. It's the way that they kind of have the I don't know. I'll have to stream it sometime so you kind of get it. It's a lot of fun to play. The puzzles are really good, and it's still it is really nice to see the old merchant.
I think I would pee myself if I played Resident Evil in VR.
It's not that scary. It's not that scary.
I can't even handle it on like a regular screen.
Okay.
I can't even handle watching you play it.
I will say Resident Evil 4 is more action, more John Wick than.
I wonder what Hunt Showdown would be like on VR.
Terrifying.
No, I
Terrifying.
refuse.
The bugs jumping at you.
No, we're not doing that.
No.
No.
I would love to play that in VR.
No.
I am excited to sit down and play some Squadrons in VR again. I really want to pick that game back up. But anyways, I've been playing that. Hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades on the Quest 2 is a lot different than on the mixed reality. For instance, the main difference is there are 2 grip buttons on the side of the Quest 2's controllers that are like they're for grabbing things. So there's 2 triggers essentially, but some games aren't necessarily designed for the Quest 2 in mind. So they do different things when you think they should do the same. But anyway, in hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades, when you pick a gun up with the mixed reality, you hit a button and it kind of snaps into your hand and it's just there. Same thing with Alex. But on the Quest 2, you have to hold that grip button the whole time you're holding an object. So there has been many times like you're actually holding it, right?
Yeah.
So there's been plenty of times where like I pick up a gun and drop it. And pick up the gun and drop it. Like, dang it, let's pick it up. Like pick it up, pick the magazine up, drop the magazine, pick the magazine back up, drop it again, put it in the gun, go to cock it and let go, and the whole gun falls.
No.
It's ridiculous.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
It's hilarious. So that's a little weird to get used to. Beyond that, what was the other? Oh, Forza. They put out their new season. I was very happy to get the snowman.
Have you played Forza in VR?
I don't know if you can you? I meant to look
I feel
into
like that would be amazing.
Uh,
Especially on some of the
Forza
more intense VR headsets,
VR?
like the HTC Vive and stuff.
I'll have to see if they do have it in VR.
Forza looks really good. I'm waiting for it to go on sale to buy it.
It does not support VR.
That's too bad.
So, because I thought about that too, but they had a Christmas season in which I got a snowman outfit with a frowny snowman face. It was great. But now we're in a new season, and there's a couple types of races. There's like the street, there's the circuit races, which are my favorite. Um, there's rally cross, and then there baja races, which are like take a truck across open terrain. And I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them because I'm terrible at them and they're stupid. And every time I get into a truck that I think is going to do okay, it just kind of bounces around like it has a mind of its own, and I can't steer. And then I fly off, and then like there's like a tiny little pebble, and your tires are so bouncy that you hit the pebble and your truck flips. I hate it.
That sounds like a mechanical issue, though. With the
no,
game
it's
itself.
a me issue. It's a me issue.
It's a problem.
It's a me problem because I've seen other people do Baja races and they're fine, and for some reason my brain just doesn't operate with the Baja. So I've been and what's fun about the season is they implement different seasonal challenges like speed traps with a specific car of a specific speed rating. So like, okay, you've got to do the speed trap with a Ferrari F40, but it's only allowed to be a B rating, which means it's not super fast. And so you have to figure out, okay, the speed trap is out of a corner. So I've got to figure out how to hit this corner at 148 miles an hour so I can get the speed trap.
No.
Because do I do more handling or do I do speed? If I do too much handling, then I don't get enough speed. If I do too much speed, then I can't handle because I'll just fly off the side of the road. So that I spent probably like a good hour getting one corner right to hit this one speed trap at 148 miles an hour. And I hit it. As I was coming around the corner, it was like 146, 146.5, 147, 147.5. And I saw it tick over into 148 as soon as I went through. And I got it. It's like, woo!
Yay!
Nice.
And
how about your boss? How about the rivals with your boss?
You know, every season the rivals reset, so that I never had a chance to beat him in that particular rival series. But
we're rooting for you, by the way.
This game just really makes me want another Gran Turismo, which I see they released a teaser trailer for. But the only problem with the Gran Turismo games is I think they're on PlayStation 5 only, and I really want to play it on the PC. But I miss my realistic racing simulators. Like I really want a good racing sim with real tracks, because my biggest problem with Forza is I can't memorize the tracks because they're like street courses. So like they're kind of varied between an open world, and I don't memorize them. So I can't figure out the apexes and and it's just frustrating. So but that's basically what I've been playing.
I love it.
With racing, I love it.
I bought this go-kart racing game on Steam, and I tried to play it, and it was so hard to like not spin out, and I just like I ended up returning it because it was just like I couldn't justify like the $35 that it cost for this game because it just didn't have enough substance. But I too like racing sims. Like I grew up in Need for Speed and Gran Turismo and all those games. But yeah. Oh, you're muted.
My controller broke too.
Oh no.
One of the little alerts that it has is haptic feedback on ABS. So you know how hard you're braking. If it starts to vibrate, you know that your ABS is kicking in, and the vibration doesn't work anymore in the left trigger. And also it sticks. So yeah, I'm thinking about getting the Elite controller, but I'm not sure.
Just get a wheel.
No, because here's what's gonna happen. If I get a sim wheel, I'm gonna want to buy the really nice. I'm gonna want to buy the really nice one with like this. No, controller's fine. Shaline looks super bored.
Yeah, we should probably not talk about this anymore.
It's okay. Right. I'm sure there are tons of listeners who are like, "Yeah." I'm just not one of them.
As they smell their biceps. It smells like wood. Wood forest.
What about you, Bender? What are you doing?
Forest. Actually, I've been up to quite a bit of things. As you guys know, I was out of the country for the last month, so I only had 2 games really to play, and that was Fun Run 3 and Stardew Valley. But I had the coolest experience. So we decided to drive to Las Vegas. And from where we're staying in Calamasa, it's about 3.5 hours. And so we all load up into the truck. We load our luggage. I'm in the back seat. I've got my Spotify playing, and I was listening to the last show and critiquing all of the things that you did. No, just kidding. I'm just like chilling in the back seat. And then I thought to myself, I wonder if we're going to go through any of the towns that we've been in Fallout New Vegas. And it turns out that we went through almost all of them, and I have to show you, and I was freaking out.
I'm so excited.
And sending you guys, I took these pictures. So
it was a fun time.
This is I grabbed a screenshot of the Prim exit sign. So we went through or by Prim.
Did you see Prim Slim?
No, I did not see. I did see a Starbucks though. There's a Starbucks in Prim. So that's kind of bougie. It was really cool though. Prim, we also saw, so this is kind of like a picture of the outskirts of Prim. And it's kind of like a mini Vegas. Like it's just very fun. It's the whole town is just like this one big theme park, just like you see it in the game. And there's Buffalo Bills, like the hotel.
Bison Steve?
Or the Bison Steve. I don't know why I thought Buffalo Bill.
That's probably the real name. Bison Steve, I think, is the
it's
name.
It's called Buffalo Bills in real life. But here's look how it looks exactly.
It does.
Like,
it does.
And the rooms, and I was just picturing going through that front lobby and like picking the computer and the locks and going to the very top of the roller coaster and then walking down it, because we've all walked the roller coaster. You guys have all done it. I know you have. It was really cool to see that in real life. And I was like, wow, they actually modeled it like really good. Yeah.
So fun. So fun.
There's the picture of the Prim. Oh, the other one didn't come up. I did take a picture of where we were on the Google Maps, and that we had stopped on at a gas station on just off the highway, and the road that we were not going to end up going down was actually the road to Good Springs. And it would have been around the place where Gene's skydiving was, because it's like right at that intersection, right?
Yes.
So that was kind of cool. And Sloan, we also drove through Sloan, which I didn't take pictures of, but there was a quarry. There was like
was the death claw there? Were the death claws there?
I'm pretty sure we dodged a death claw. It like jumped out on the highway as we were going by. It was crazy. But there was like an actual quarry, which I thought was really cool. And there was houses there, and there was this huge, before we got into Vegas, there was this huge solar farm. And I don't know if you guys remember, was it in Fallout New Vegas? There's that solar farm and you got to fix the panels.
Yep.
That was there. So, like, I don't know if they modeled it after that, but there was this huge solar farm and there was the tower and everything, and it was super cool.
Helios 1?
Helios 1.
Helios
Thank
1?
you. Yeah.
That's so exciting.
It was really cool to see that. And, like, I don't know. It was just, I was, like, nerding all over the place, and I was, like, elbowing Carlo, like, look, it's in the game. That's in the game. It was so silly. Yeah. But yeah, I've been playing Fun Run 3, which, as you guys know, is this mobile game that I'm addicted to. You race and you get things and points and stuff, and I actually like paid for the season because I wanted to get the adorable little Christmas tree outfit. It's like this hat and there's a little star, and then the body is like the rest of the tree and it's all lit up and stuff. It's adorable. Shaline,
did you get it?
You seen pictures of it? Yeah.
Yeah, you did. That was what you sent me the photos. It was great. It was cute.
If I start up Fun Run, it's
really
so
cute.
much fun. And Carlo and I, it's like the one thing that we played because it was like the only thing that we had. I did play a little bit of Stardew, but I kind of just started a new playthrough. I didn't really finish, but and my dad actually won a VR headset.
Oh, nice.
So I've been experimenting with that. I took a walk in the metaverse which is really interesting. I don't know how I feel about it. It's kind of creepy a little bit. It's basically just like another world, you know, it's just an open world, and you get into the metaverse and it's like skyscrapers everywhere. And each floor is like somebody's apartment, and it shows a little picture on the outside of the building of their profile picture. And you can like design your own apartment, and there's like people running around and they're like talking to each other and stuff. There's this other part of the metaverse where there's like it's called Metaverse Corporate or something, or business, and it's like just businesses that are advertising their business on the metaverse. But there's also like you can access them, so if you work for the company, you can go there in the metaverse, and they have like meeting rooms and stuff, so people work together in VR, if they're working remotely or something like that, which I thought was kind of cool. There's a lot of things to check out. The VR system that we did get is the Oculus Quest 2. And it's pretty good. I mean, I wouldn't say it's exactly like top-notch gaming quality, but it's really good for like hanging out and like working if you want to do a virtual desktop or something like that. Some of the VR games are good, but I find that the resolution is really not that great. I did fire it up with Euro Truck Simulator 2, and it's actually so cool. Like, you're in the cab and you're like looking around, and like your radio is there and all your gauges and your mirrors are here, and like you're driving this truck and it's just this big old honky truck, and you're going down the road and you got to like lean to see if the traffic's coming, and it's so silly. It's so silly. I tried it a little bit because the cable that comes with the Oculus Quest 2 is super short, right? So like I was trying to play it with my wheel, and my head was kind of tilted because I couldn't go any further because I was tethered to the computer. The AirLink doesn't work that well with me because our Wi-Fi, our router's a little bit old, so you got to have the good bandwidth for that. But so I did order a new Oculus Link cable, a 16-footer, and it did just come today before the show. So I'm excited to plug that in tomorrow morning and do a couple of drives in ETS and see what that's like.
Fun.
I tried to get it working with No Man's Sky, but it just wouldn't load the game. It just kept disconnecting the link. So apparently there's a lot of bugs with that. I tried American Truck Sim. I couldn't get it running. I do want to try with Microsoft Flight Sim, but I haven't been able to set that up yet. It's Microsoft Flight Sim is a little bit more complicated in terms of trying to get VR working. So anyways, that's my gameplay.
That's great.
What have you been up to?
Sounds like a lot of fun. Once again, for another week, not a darn thing. I'm sorry. I'm a failure as a gaming podcast host, and I've let you all down.
Why do we pay you?
I mean, it's okay. Rick and I talk till we're blue in the face anyways, so.
Cerulean.
Till we're cerulean in the face.
Yeah, I've got nothing to add to the gameplay segment, so sorry.
Oh, that's fine. That is a show. We are sponsored by Oak and Crow Coffee. Don't forget, if you go to oakandcrow.com, you can pick yourself up a bag of We Just Love Coffee Blend. $2 from every bag goes to the Children's Miracle Network. Don't forget, you can email us at info@wejustlovegames.com. Find us on Twitter at WeJustLoveGames, at Shaline L, and myself at Vendertron L, or Vendertron N. We're also on Facebook, facebook.com/WeJustLoveGames, facebook.com/groups/WeJustLoveGames. We're also on Discord. If you scroll down right below, you can join us right now if you're listening live. And we do record the show live at 6:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, every Friday, right here on twitch.tv/WeJustLoveGames. If you are looking for the show after the fact, you can find us on YouTube, iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, and any other platform that you can think of. Please like, subscribe, and review the show, and we will shout you out. Thank you guys for listening, and I do have a last word. Is a purse in the metaverse called a metapurse? Good night, guys.